Right,
Right.
All right, we're gonna start, and the mayor's gonna be a little bit late and. So we're gonna start with water and sewer, I guess. Hi, Janelle. Let's do Janelle first.
I was thinking in Americans, you can go in order pages, but it's up to you.
She printed them out.
And who knows how they got them in the order I printed.
Oh.
Water and sewer is one, so.
Yeah, we have. No, let's. Let's, cause I bet you'd love to go home to your family. It's warm. Go ahead.
Starting with salt.
We're gonna start with Janelle. So sewer. Super.
I have notes of stuff.
Go start on the sewer.
Yeah. Which is
You haven't.
right there.
Yeah. Grab the wrong one. I had the one from last week. Like that. You're right. Oh, I have. Sorry. It's the same. This is everything.
It's water and sewer.
It's-
It's water and sewer.
Starts at on page 6. Yeah, page
There,
6.
I have
No,
notes
the
there.
stuff we got from Casey.
Yeah.
Grab the wrong-
Ooh.
Zoom for us old people, please.
Oh, yeah, just gotta get it back. I can't find it. There we go. I have them all up.
I'm just amazed I found the correct pages in this.
Water and system.
No. Only took 5 years.
There's no page 6.
Yes, there is.
On the rest. Oh, here's 6. Now let's see if I.
Right? Is that right, you guys? Do you have page 6, right?
It's on there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I was gonna see if it'll clear. Is it? Right now.
I had them.
No.
When I'm running out of house.
I printed it all, typed up notes.
Grab last year's.
Yes. Oh,
I'm just trying to get it on the right mode.
Mhm.
Oh, that's better.
It's still, she's in my way. That the one? This is page 6, yeah.
Oh, in the.
Yes, it is. It is.
so this portion of the sewer, these people are doing part of,
So that's not you?
well, it kind of is, but
That's the revenue.
this is the revenue portion of it.
Oh,
And then this would be sewer administration, which would be this.
Oh, so actually you what, 7? Right here, right?
Right here, where it says 5813.
Okay.
That's my operating budget. so-
Private, yeah. Yep.
Back.
Yep.
Good to know you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Being the same from last year's. To the council. I think it's increases or in professions, whatever you know.
You guys have it.
What is the difference between this year and last year monetarily?
So, as far as an increase, budget, so the first, item that's increased is motor vehicle. We, would like to purchase a heavy-duty truck with a snowplow. Ours is, 2007 with 91,000 miles on it. We can put two option now.
When you put that on what line?
That's on our motor vehicle 300. And, we don't anticipate needing another vehicle for some time after this year.
I'll put it on my phone and turn my hearing aid up.
Last year, we purchased a replacement for one of our aging vehicles, through the electric program, so that's the way we retained an electric vehicle and we're going with. $9,000.
No, it's, I think it was around 400 or 500, 500.
Um,
Would it be another electric vehicle that you
no,
want
so
to
you
purchase?
can't purchase the electric vehicle or a plow.
Oh,
And we plow at our facility, but we also have all of our pump stations that. are plows.
What's the cap outlay? Is that tied to capital projects in some way, or what does that mean?
No, so capital outlay are for projects that can be capitalized, so, it's my understanding from Richard that that means, items that, would be aging out, such as expensive pumps, or parts of the plant, that are not capital project engineering related, but are more physical equipment replacement.
Gotcha.
To replace aging infrastructure. And Adam and I sat down and we did come up with a list of what we anticipate needing to do within the next year. We tried to keep it at the same rate at which we asked for last year. They have hopefully overestimated just slightly, but we did come up with some items that we'd like to continue upgrading in our plan as they do that.
And is the 400,000 for the actual this year, is that just things that crop up that you have to do? Like the. So it was like, I think it's the 2025 actuals for this year, it's like 400,000. Do you know what I'm saying? In the
445,000.
under cap outlay, under sanitary
Yeah.
sewer, like if
434, that's right there.
Yeah, so we had 2 pumps that we currently have a grant out for. But the pumps failed before we haven't even heard if we've received the grant or not, but we had to allocate emergency funds to purchasing the pumps. Therefore, pumping sludge to develop filter presses to get it out of the system. So, we incurred costs for that, and then, the money that we allocated at the beginning of the year, we spent on a project at the CAPS pump station. Where we needed to overhaul, of their variable frequency drive, so that pump station didn't overflow and run.
okay. Things happen, in other words.
Yeah, I was hoping to receive, grant money prior to purchasing the pumps, and what we'll do now is, should we be lucky enough to receive it was up for $100,000. We'll ask them if they would retroactively give it to us, so we did demonstrate the need, obviously, for the pumps, so
Yeah.
hopefully they'll understand.
Okay, cool, thank you.
hi. I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand the budget. And would you be able to just point out the difference in this year's budget compared to last year's, like how much total
Right.
different
so-
is?
Would be the request for the 85,000 for the truck, which is within this section.
Okay,
Another 7,000 down below, for training and education,
okay,
for myself and, a worker that I would like to have trained further for the laboratories.
mhm,
I added $2,000 in lubricants due to the cost going up. And then back, if you could go to the next page. Under Cumberland Avenue, pump station. 122.5 4334, there's $40,000 there. For, a pump there, we overhauled two pumps. We have one more to do,
We have 3 pumps and 1 spare, still have to overhaul spare.
we'd like to have the spare ready to go. And
Absolutely.
then that pump station should be complete for quite some time. It's important to us because it brings in all of the industrial on.
Yeah.
And it's right on the lake.
That is important.
And then my other increases, are to chemicals, 136, if you go to this page.
Are they still going up?
We're on to contracts right now, however, under 136, I went from 45,000 to 50,000, because that particular chemical element, we're going out to bid, and that's always an opportunity.
Yeah,
to raise
yeah.
the price on this.
Well, that's not that bad anyway, so.
And then. If you scroll down to 151, sludge watering. We requested in repairs to equipment. You'll see it went from 1,000 to 10,000, and that's because. We have 2 sludge trailers that were purchased in 2019. And until Adam started supervising the preventative maintenance of our equipment, we weren't being serviced. And so $10,000 will do quarterly preventative maintenance for 2 sludge trailers, so 5,000 per trailer. They were purchased in 2019, they're $100,000 each, so we want to get that going to extend their lifespan.
That makes sense.
And then my last increase that I asked for was at the bottom in 133. So I'm sorry, 333.
Oh.
333.
That's what.
And I asked for from 120 to 133,000 for contracted services. I have to go to bid for laboratory services, and I need to include additional emerging contaminants testing, PFAS, PFOA. For the industries and for my plant as well, we're gonna be required now to be on quarterly monitoring, and the landfills that accept our sludge are requesting more emerging contaminant.
The PFAS?
Okay.
Really? Oh, yeah, PFAS needs, to be- I mean, that is,
It's important.
I learned a lot about it, as you know, and you need to keep a handle on that, sure. Yeah,
So that all of my increases, everything else is really the same.
Okay.
And we try to adhere very strictly to our budget, and there's only a few categories. If maybe 2 or 3 right now, we're going just slightly over budget, but we're very conscientious of what was.
That sounds good.
What's the cap outlay for the raw stuff?
Just looking at that.
Like, it seems pretty substantial, like the 150,000, it's 3,000.
Yeah, that is for
On page six.
the port, which is the facility, Plattsburgh. It is pretty substantial. I have it in there. We have the opportunity to use that facility for 2 things. One, is if we, and I'd like to maybe pursue getting a grant, but, if we would like to divert our septic and sulfate to a single location, that's a prime spot for us. And then the other aspect of that is, if we need to use that facility, say, for example, with the emerging contaminants and the budget plans in the state, say we're gonna take our sludge to put it on moratorium, we can hold it here and figure out a way to process that sludge. Or store it to find another facility to bring it. So some of those costs might go into a study, say, or not necessarily a study, but maybe as a backup to do either of those options. We put it in there this year and we used some of the money to replace lighting, because it includes like DPW removal for soft storage and other names. And we were fortunate that we didn't have to use that this year, so we had a hammer, so.
So it's like we fix it up and get maybe ready, and it would it alleviate the contract services from another place if we were able to use it off another line, or not necessarily with that?
Yeah, so the capital outlay, I don't, it's my understanding that contracted services aren't necessarily capital outlay, so. Alright,
Contracting services do not use that.
No, but I mean, like, if you were to able to put something at this facility that is normally contracted out, we would save money
Yes.
in that way.
yeah, so it's,
So, yeah,
so if we wanted to put in the receiving station. And then.
Do all the budget.
you don't know.
These are
It
every-
could be
Yours
used
is just-
to have the budget. I would, outlay account or.
okay.
Plus, sewer fund.
Another account that says water, that's actually electricity. That's, description is changed. We need to change that for many years, you just don't. But the electricity is still.
Okay.
$30,000-$40,000 so far this year. Next to nothing.
They just.
And that's that big round thing, that big round building
Yeah.
that,
It
okay.
kind of looks like
Just-
a really long facility.
Yeah.
I was going to paint it like that, see how it was wonderful. The facility is going to be listed,
Okay.
cheap proposed, but that particular spot right there is a backup. For us, so it's, okay, so you guys can use it.
Okay, awesome. We are on YouTube. Thanks.
So I saw that there was an increase in revenue. Right, it looks like quite an increase in total revenue. Is I was way back on page 1. I just wanted to ask if that was gonna offset some of the final budget costs. Or if it's a different bucket in my.
Which specific revenue.
All the top one, the big one. So it looks like about $300,000, so. Does that come back into your budget, or does that come back into?
This projection.
Gotcha.
Question.
So it looks like there's a projected, increase in revenue of about 300,000.
Yeah.
Does that go back in, which budget does that go back into?
Stations.
Okay. Okay,
It's based on what we see as this year and cost for being. We go all the way to the bottom line. Can't recall exactly what the sort was, it's all the way down to the very bottom on the right hand side column, all the way to the close. All the way.
Page 13.
The last page of the.
Oh.
Which is.
Yeah. Gotcha. So it looks like about 213.
Alright.
Okay,
Well, I don't know what's that. I think you're going to water test.
I think it's on the top of page 2. Yeah,
What's the number over here, Jim?
it
Number on the
was
side.
4228.
Or 228. Yeah. I'll get you there. No more. 4228.
I think one of these here.
The
interfund
Balance budget. So the revenues are based on our projections, you know. It's how the running sheet is.
It's not the same thing. You know, it's like,
Okay.
I'm so confused.
But it all stays in the sewer fund. You can see right now, the sewer fund is running some surplus of. Excuse me, they're running deficit, 173,000 right now. If that's just the sewer fund, there's no. I think I thought it's about. Go back down to please. Sewer is up, they're 98,000. Total sewer fund. Right there, yeah, right there. The interfund transfers and debt service, 86,500 we paid this year, so far the 98,000 surplus. Next year, it's almost paid to zero. That's with a $300,000 revenue. I think they should.
Okay.
It's water under dewatering sludge, the contract services there, $790. Did we already just talk about that?
Battery sludge is the most expensive portion of the budget. It includes river transportation fees. We're in a contract with them. They use our trailers, but they transport the sludge to the facilities, and then at each facility, we have a tip fee. And, so we're gonna be just under what we asked for this year. I anticipate the cost turning around.
That material that's all the way can never be used to do composting or anything.
It depends, so, it, could be treated, in various ways, it could be incinerated and then the product could be turned into something. We have looked at some options, in the past few years with, and about some ideas of what we could bring in regionally to supplement it, to make it work in my office. So yes, it could be reused. It would cost quite a bit to. Yes, we do so. And then it, depending on the product, what we wanted to produce the amount. Also, a large difference of the cost of what was.
And every year the numbers change so much with that. They can change just in one bit and you're good this year, next year you're not. So it's a tough business to be in.
There are companies that make. Some companies that make pellet that can be used for construction. So there are a wide variety of things that can be used, they're all very, very new. And a lot of the companies are mostly on the West Coast that are doing it. And so we're getting watching.
We ready?
I'm good. Yeah.
We're good?
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening. You're a tack.
Figure out where we are.
Water, I think, is at the beginning of the. Yep.
Revenues we were looking at, that I thought. That was. Here's the top, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So that's for the 300,000 revenue base. What was the revenue down on the sewer fund? We were in the wrong pages.
yeah,
Yeah, that's an increase in also of about 40,000. So yeah, the sewer fund is, thing out, like an increase of 400,000, and I believe the water fund, if we go back up just one page, Casey. They're zeroing out an increase throughout the new.
What is that maintaining line, the power plant maintenance?
So the water facility has two categories. We have source of supply, which are our reservoirs and our well mountain. And then the other section down is purification. That's the actual building where our laboratory is and the storage facility. Filters and so on. So all that stuff, source of supply is related to the reservoirs. Well,
Thank you, sorry, you did that question.
our postage went up a lot because, and so did our contract services, because now that we have another, supply, we've been taking off reduced testing, so we're doing a lot more testing. As Richard can attest, we had to mail out like 700, lead and copper notifications to the public. So that's why our, postage went up. That's why our contracted services have gone up. Also, under contracted services at both the reservoirs and the plant, I just got a contract with a generator company to come and do annual maintenance on our generators. Pretty good.
I'm good with your numbers.
I'm good.
Have any-
Back to your tree stand.
Still for verification.
He already lost his he already lost his half an hour.
We, yeah,
You want to go down just a little bit, please? So that's, keep going, I guess.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's the total.
That's,
Yeah.
our money there.
I mean, the one thing with yours is, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
We can't get around any of it,
A lot.
so,
So all of us are here today.
yeah,
Not like you can
It's
go
not- we
to
can't.
five,
There's-
you know, so that's why-
water. You know,
Yeah.
it's sewer, it's, yeah, I mean,
And the things that you need are always going up in price.
Yeah.
Year after year.
yeah.
Shipping chemicals goes up every single year.
I'm good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike? I'm just going in the order she gave me. Okay, so. This would be. It's just.
He's got his- yay.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Killed another tree.
Thank
Killed another tree. Or we killed other trees with this one. Was it?
Oh.
You know?
He's full. Here he is. You know what I find amazing is everybody's, the phone, I mean, That's another one of those things that we can't get around. and
I
it
think
just
you
keeps going
explained
up.
Richard explained that last year.
Yeah,
That
and-
was,
and
that
it's
was
just-
all IT.
Yeah.
In
It's-
oh,
It's sad.
It's more than just the phone.
right.
No, yeah, and it is, but I mean, it just.
It's still high.
It's
We're
a
working on-
consistent
We
going
are
up.
currently
It's the same
working
way they do
on
it in the
getting that
county.
cost down.
The actual
The phone
phone
code.
bill right now, okay, we got this month, $2,200, and we normally see about 5,000.
Wow.
So
Nice.
a lot of costs have been cut. Now, I'm not sure if that includes a bunch of credits from previous months that, you know, we're weighing this one down, it's gonna be at about 3,000. But we did cut it simple. And that's just the phone itself. Also, private police station phone.
Yeah,
All the SIM stuff, I see stuff in there too. Or taking care of the network. And
Yeah.
we have our mobile phones in there. Really 3,000 a year.
yeah.
Verizon for all the handheld cell phones that we have. So a
Right.
lot of them throughout the city.
Right, and if we look at the first, like, all the locations, we might
Can we look at?
might
a-
save some money.
Richard, can we look at a secondary person like visible or one of them
Or,
per cell phone? I mean, it's by Verizon.
yeah,
I mean, it gives you the same service for half the price.
absolutely.
We should maybe look at.
I mean, I brought this up last year too,
Just
so
for-
obviously it's gone up even
Our cell
more.
phone and cost by like $5,000 by switching the plans that we're on. We
Right.
went from one plan
Each-
to another plan.
Each phone on that bill is different too. though.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
are charged a certain amount, some phones are charged different.
Mhm.
Weird the way they do that. But anyways, I mean, just worth, I mean, you know, some of these secondary companies now are the same service, it's just you're cutting the overhead.
And it's not to say that we have to stay with first like you.
Right.
You could try somebody else.
Yeah.
Expect them with Verizon or anybody. We have advocated for us, go and find the cheapest, best option for a provider. Yeah, I don't think they've looked at it yet.
Right.
Did they look at that?
Spyglass is looking at it,
That's the company that we've been working with over the years. I worked back during the Reed's administration. Casey's worked with them now during yours.
Right.
To actually look at our phone charges and say, what are we wasting money on? And they would find it. It's significant. Yeah. They're a good crew. So. You'll find us a better provider.
For the counselors who have been to a budget session yet, I was in this. Public Works is a little bit different than everyone else because we're out, we're drawing them all state funds, water, sewer, and general fund. First page here, and I'm not gonna go line by line, I just give new counselors, so. Your street administration, your street maintenance, snow and ice. Waste collection, parks and beautification. That is your kind of fund work. Move on to page 3. That's gonna be water administration, transmission distribution, that is water fund, that is the top negative. Like. There's work, and then you go to sanitary sewer, so there'd be sewer administration, sanitary sewer, so you can, and just go over the overall picture of the itself. There. The lines themselves, obviously payroll, but go down through these lines, you know, you'll see a line, vehicle supplies. Vehicle supplies is fuel, oil, filter, spread out amongst all three lines. I'll leave it to you guys to have any questions.
Mike, the overtime
Yes.
for street maintenance,
In time this year.
I was gonna say it's low. So,
It's higher than-
No, it's high.
So street, there's a couple reasons for.
I'm not talking regular pay though, I'm just talking overtime.
Yes, overtime is higher than. And the reason that being, actually, Counselor Evans and I had a conversation about it. About the budget, actually, before you guys got in here was, we did do a lot of night work this year. We did
Yeah.
An expanded painting program,
Like, yeah,
and we spent a lot of time out there getting that stuff done. Also, typically, there's a crossover with OT, when we go to do night work on. This, I think this month we switched over to snow and ice, so payroll comes out of there, but you'll see that we're actually over on OT for snow and ice also, it was a very.
that one I was gonna say was, yeah,
And
but,
again, just like first snow event of the year, it's up on a holiday, so we're double time and a half. when they got into company.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Sunday storms last
Yeah,
year.
a lot of
A
stuff.
lot of Sunday
We got a lot of-
storms.
We, it was just a bad year already.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of snow, but snow at the wrong time. We do run a night crew, the night crew will start on very shortly, and that's probably a few weeks. So that helps us a lot.
So you feel 25,000 for 2026 is enough?
We're gonna run with it, yes.
Okay,
We are gonna, and as far as street maintenance go, I do not anticipate us doing as many streets at night. Because we did projects like US Ave, Beacon Street, South Platte, high
Right.
volume streets. You can't pave those during the day.
No.
We build them during the day, but we can't.
kind of like Crate was done.
Same thing with Crate Boulevard.
That night, so that was good.
Right. That's the main focus.
Yep.
And then there's a big jump in contract services too, for,
Which,
in street maintenance.
okay, so contracted services and street maintenance. 900% increase. Okay, so what we did there, price increases, that is your epoxy program. So. That's going to be, the line striping. We've been playing catch up with that over the last couple of years. We had some open POs that the contractors had honored. The only epoxy that we actually did last calendar year was this. That's your arrows, that's your stop bars,
Okay.
crosswalk. Epoxy, when I first started, the contract typically runs high 70s, low 80s. We inherited it from the engineering department, it was always administered there, but kind of got shoved to us. Now we're 125 grand is. That's
Our turf tank can't do it.
actually Turf Tank can pay something.
Or they-
Yeah, it's something.
I'm excited to see that little guy out there.
Actually got the yellow shuffling works, so we can turn them into things.
Awesome.
So that is our increase this
Yeah.
year on contract service.
Okay.
We want to run the epoxy program this year. We'll go out for bid. There'll be one bidder. So have to see where it falls. Things that are gotten, like Janelle pointed out with a lot of their stuff, it's gotten very expensive.
And we moved we moved some of the workers around over to Andrew, up in.
We removed that.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
point out.
We moved some of the payroll.
Parks and beautification staying with you, right? You have been,
So
Right,
we'll qualify this as previous administration thought it was a great idea to smash everything to me.
right.
And that's
Yeah.
payroll, the payroll, the supplies, everything. And in the process, first year, they didn't put any payroll supplies in. So we kind of had to make do with what we had. We moved the field maintenance staff back to the community development. So those are people who take care of the playing surfaces themselves on our fields.
Right,
baseball fields,
right.
Soccer fields. And then we supplement them with public works, parks and beautification.
The Parks and Beautification has always been part of Public Works, but there was a separate budget for Parks and Rec. So your Parks and Beautification under Michael is your lawn mowing crews and.
We ended up,
Parks, mowing the old.
last year, we ended up upping what to give you for that stuff. If you remember right, Councilor Gibbs at the time.
I had 6 of these last year and none of them.
Okay,
wanna take.
that's fine. So I don't know why, but I was under the assumption, maybe I shouldn't be, but that the Parks and Beautification was going to you. So, I mean,
Parks-
totally to you, not,
No, so just the recreation portion of city parks. Yeah. so
Right,
city
right.
parks Is now coming under,
under you? Okay,
where it used to be under.
okay,
Like, for instance, let's use an example, like the bike paths, that's me. My guys take care of bike paths, they take care of the oval, they take care of anything around the beach that's large scale, I mean, the small stuff. The recreation guys will work on. But the large, we try to keep inside the fences, I like to say that that's what it's building for. Outside the fences, that's us. If they need extra muscle, we can.
Okay, so our new rec person will be under you
Yes.
The lifeguards will be under you.
Yep, still-
Okay, all right, and maintenance is gonna be under them. Gotcha.
We'll see cost for our main four parks. Separating once again, instead of being dumped into a black hole, if you ask Joe and figure out what the individual costs are, say it's bring that part.
Oh, of each park.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it used to be each
Yeah.
city park had its own account. And
Okay.
Matt Miller didn't like that, so he collapsed it into city parks, and then Rosenquist didn't like that, so it's just dump it in the parks and do the village, and so. You get further and further away from being able to see what you're actually costing by site. So we're trying to get back to having definitive cost by at least the 4 million project.
That makes sense.
The struggle with that. Is this, is so when I started here, I was water, sewer, gas supply, so it was roads, water. Sewer, plumbing, and some mowing, and when you do that, budget is just an arbitrary number of paper. It's easy, you guys can balance this budget right now, not a big deal, plus and minuses. It comes down to the managers managing in the field. As I work my way through the year, I have a feel for, I knew the overtime, I know all this stuff. When everything got collapsed on us, not having created the number. Or work with the number, there's no sense of where you're at in space with it, okay? Now, fortunately, I have a very good office staff and we monitor it, I do spend a lot of time with Richard. Trying to, these budget transfers should not have to happen, if the budget is created correctly and I manage it correctly. It shouldn't be that way, I'm trying to get us back on track and where we were, it's a tough one.
So under parks and beautification, like electric, water and sewer is all off of the data.
They all went up a lot.
They just went up a lot.
Yes, if that, for that is your parks building, that was, again, that was one of the numbers that was not in mine, I think where did we have those stuff before? What big number?
Well, you have all the city parks in there this year.
Yeah.
As well as. Well, anything that was considered parks, so getting the electricity over. The main usage would be for main.
Four main parks, it was still
There's
the
the actual this year, but we're gonna be bringing those back out again.
Is the splash pad included in that, or is the splash pad included in that one?
That is in parking.
water.
It's in water.
Parking?
Parking, yeah, that part of the downtown.
Special assessment district,
Okay.
revenue, where that's covered with the parking.
So with the regular pay under Parks and Beautification, did you sort of treat us in regular pay for temp?
Those are the two employees that got transferred back over again, back over. to my
Okay.
firm. So those are the field maintenance staff, so those are the guys that line the fields, they'll do the final mowing the fields, care of the fields. They also do, there's other activities, they take them back to buildings, like they're the one looking for that. They'll do all that, they know about the beach,
Can we go back to waste collection? Not a lot of revenue there, huh? With garbage collecting.
Revenue projection this year is at $625,000.
So in all, in,
Yeah, you don't. Public works doesn't pay a lot of revenue.
He's got it.
so exactly, so I
No
think,
fines.
yeah, what, do you really feel it's beneficial for the city to have a garbage pickup?
Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. You do a lot of other things with that staff besides just pick garbage.
Oh, no, I'm not saying anything about the staff. I'm not saying we'd get rid of,
Well, the
and-
thing is,
and-
to offset the cost of payroll, you have that, but.
right,
And stuff like yard waste, it's a huge one. As our municipality. That are stuck on taking up everyone's yard waste for free. And I don't, this is not a decision that the superintendent of public works can make or the chamber can make. This is the council and mayor decision,
hmm
okay? If we stop doing it, and you don't know the number of calls that we get on a daily basis. On, oh, my yard waste wasn't picked up, it is unrelenting, nonstop. You're not picking my, you know.
Oh, I agree, Mike,
snow, you know, we got
I-
snow, and so
Mhm.
that's the downside. Obviously, we don't want to do a big loser, even a minor rate increase, which I think we did last year, the year before. Last year, which we hadn't done in like 6 years, you know, that comes under a lot of scrutiny. So, it also does keep the city clean, but the biggest trade-off for us, or the biggest help for us, is the drivers and the labor force. That gives us beyond garbage, so plow drivers, second, you know, backup plow drivers. Backup laborers for shoveling snow and doing what have you. That is the big thing, and it's, you know, we should take a look at it, the mayor and I actually had a conversation on the phone today about. You know, talking about that very issue, do we want to stay in the garbage business? Well, we need to, I think probably we need to make a rash decision about it, you know. I'm not in love with it. It's definitely not something that's glamorous. Guys don't particularly, you know, the person does not last on the back of the garbage truck for very long. It's not
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, we've gone down on,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think when I started, we were around 2000, I think. Before I was here, it was,
I started, it was 2,550,
yeah.
580. Percent I went down to. 1800,
Yeah.
50.
Snowbird, when the snowbirds leave, it goes down, it'll pop back up. A lot of independents now. Casella, obviously, the big thing, zero sort has always been a big thing for the consumer. People don't like to sort of recycle, they just wanna chuck it in and throw it and go. You know, it's not, Casella makes it so it's not economical for us to do zero sort. The amount that we charge per ton is not, so we can't get that part of the market.
They have 2 cans too.
what?
They have 2 cans and a lot of people don't like the
A
2.
lot of people, so that's the other thing too.
Yeah, but that's just, that, in my opinion, this is all nitpicking stuff. And it is, I'm sorry, but they don't like cans, they don't wanna do this, they don't wanna do that.
It's a council mayor's decision, it's not Michael's decision. All I'm here is to tell you the benefits and, you know, of getting away from it, which would make my life easier in some aspects, but. We do need to consider the revenue portion of it. It pays for a lot of different things, and we also. For lack of that term, we cheat a little bit with it because we do things beyond the refuse service, to little employees. Should we look at it? We've looked at it, since I've been here for my last 10.5 years, we probably looked at it 5 times. And we get a little bit different view of it each time. And I'm not opposed to looking at it again, if you guys say, Michael, sit down with Richard, the mayor, and do it, we will do it.
I mean, I'm not privy to what discussion you had with the mayor today, it's none of my business. I'm just saying from my personal viewpoint, I just wonder if it's beneficial for the city to do its garbage pickup, or to have a garbage pickup. I mean, that's it, that's what I.
Does it net 100,000? If it's 600, it's 500 something in revenue?
You gotta have anything, you gotta cost the trucks and there's a lot of different depreciation.
Like it's
things.
projected to make 530,000, let's say,
We just
but
did a
it's
cost analysis on this. not-
433. I mean, is that just a general ballpark that it makes about 100,000? After it's all,
I
you know?
don't think so, there's a lot of costs we have to put into it, so it's simple analysis that we have to make up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Retirement costs, healthcare costs for individuals.
Okay.
How many individuals are involved?
I see.
Right.
Living costs, building
Okay.
costs.
So you can't just look at that line
No.
and section and say, oh, this, okay.
Well, you can look at the revenue of 625 this budget, and then you can say, okay, here's the waste collection expense. And draw from that. the
Right, so-
conclusion that you're ahead. But
Looks
that
like you're
balance
ahead.
is left to cover. The employees' benefits that aren't included in the salary portion. And also. The soft costs that you talk about for depreciation of equipment.
Mm.
And other overhead issues like having building mechanics and those kind of things. So when we do an analysis on that to get a real cost basis. It generally has generated a surplus or a break even.
Okay.
With the revenue dropping down to 625, I dare say it would be. But the other thing to consider is what's the condition of the city after you get rid of the city collection service that you have nothing planned. or outside agents doing it, what does the city look like? Because that became an issue a long time ago when they got rid of the city service. And they had a nightmare for the streets full of traffic.
I think it's worth to have just for that purpose alone.
So, but that's just, you know, my.
Kind of getting in depth. I just asked if it had any revenue. Y'all going
We already
like
put money into it with the
ballistic
new
with it.
bid.
No,
The
I mean,
extra
I just
service.
wanted to know if you had revenue. That was it.
Yeah. the
I didn't
extra
say,
service
you
that
know.
We're talking about picking up the leaves and all that.
Yeah,
That would not get done. That would not get done, correct?
That is correct.
Hmm.
It would not be done.
We
Okay.
could still, do it. I mean, you
But
could,
they-
there
yeah,
could be a way.
yeah.
There could be a
We
way
could
to do
maintain,
it, but
because we composted up on Hoover Street. I mean, we bring a lot of it up on Hoover Street now.
But like Michael said, they're doing it down to $600,000.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of parkland in the city that's not being taken care of to 100% either. It's not like these guys are going anywhere. They'd still have a job the next day. They'd just be repurposed.
Yeah, but it's still.
We
have that
all
cost.
oppose-
We would have the cost,
Uh,
yeah,
But no revenue.
right.
So that's something to think about, because
Yeah.
it's 600,000, it's not a fortune. As far as the city budget is concerned, but it's a big number.
But we do have, I mean, acre after acre of parkland that you're trying to keep up on. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you do paving in the summer and this year, I mean, stuff is growing a lot. I mean, we only have so many guys in there and, you know, what you do.
I'm not worried about the grass that we have to mow, I'm worried about the snow I have to plow.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, but it's.
And
also-
that's what they
But
would
it's
go for.
also the aesthetics of the city too. I mean, you go around, you
Yeah,
wanna see.
we want.
I don't want to see crap
Let's
all
see,
over.
let's
That's
see.
not what I'm
No,
saying.
but-
And I'm not
but
saying I
when
want
we're
to
talking
see leaves.
about- talking
None
about
of that.
staff, Talking about payroll.
That's all I wanted to know.
Service. That plowing snow is, even though snow doesn't happen all the time, grass already grows, that is the problem. So, but like the mayor, to the mayor's point, there's a lot of other things, if we're not taking garbage, there's a lot of things we could do if we can hang on to those employees. Where we find that revenue, that's, I don't know.
Without the yard refuse being picked up, you'll have constant people blowing their leaves into the street. Clogging up the
We
street.
already do. No, I agree. Like I said, I just wanted to.
And there might be a solution. There might be a solution. Not necessarily if you have, so we do a deep dive into it for sure.
Well, we look at everything every day, right? I mean, that's what our jobs are. We look at everything, what's best for the city of Plattsburgh, and that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
That's our jobs.
Any other question?
Street lighting, is that like an electric bill associated with the lights on the streets, or is that like maintenance? It's,
Yeah, I gotta say it's not in mine. That's a chart, and then the email charges for the lights.
Oh,
Street
okay.
traffic lights.
all right, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I mean, that's a valid cost, they bill us for it. And they also have that with their, usually the city for the,
That's why I gave you my sheets there, I know you.
Yeah, okay. all
There you
right.
go.
Maybe a few different ones. Okay,
and the offsets that it was, I look to be there, so.
okay.
The series I just haven't. I do see most of it.
Okay, I wrote the notes on a different one.
Couple things you'll notice, I'll just give you some highlights here and get moving through this. Payroll on all three funds, you'll notice regular pay and street maintenance is way up percentage wise of the previous year. Part of that is the allocation of employees that were misallocated in the previous year. They're in the right line, also there are pay raises that happen, and that's. Where we're at, so that's why you're seeing 78% increase there on regular dan street maintenance. One good news, snow and ice, salt, we're doing well this year, as usually typical big item, 40% street construction general supplies. It's down 5%, we did not buy as much, we did have a surplus last year. This is the things.
Any major concerns?
I don't have any.
I don't have any.
Nothing?
No.
Everyone?
How's that?
Yeah.
Glad call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's like.
That's for last.
That's the last. So we've got few different budgets here. Where you want to start, Casey? So. This page, community development, okay, so off the top, payroll. Has increased by 9%, which actually isn't too bad considering the planner position was moved out of the mayor's budget and into community development. So a 9.4% increase is actually pretty low. For that, one thing that we are going to do, I've talked to Richard and the mayor about, that hasn't been being done with community development over the years. Because now we're going to be working on a lot of the engineering for water and sewer. We are going to start back charging at the end of the year for some of our payroll for 3 of the employees. For myself, the planner, and the senior payroll clerk who does all of our billing. Because a lot of the portions of work that we're doing are also done for water and sewer, not just for general fund, so we can back charge those water and sewer line items at the end of the year for a portion of it. Richard, that formula that it uses for that. So even though the numbers are what they actually are, those numbers will come down at the end of the year because Richard will work his magic with that formula to back charge those. So in theory, the numbers will actually be less at the end of the year for our people.
Revenue will be higher. See the number of states.
Okay, there you go.
Because we're taking it as. Into the income coming from water and sewer.
Oh, from the other funds.
From the other
coming
funds.
into- Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
That has been increased.
Office supplies, that line item was completely eliminated because we had several computers that we had to buy. For the new Windows 11. We bought those this year, so we don't have to have those in next year's budget, so we eliminated that line item, so that's the big change there. We had a little bit of an increase in office supplies just because we are doing a lot more work with capital projects. There's a lot of stuff that goes into capital projects, so we increased that line item a little bit. Jumping down to economic development zone, that is basically like your planning portion, so that's what the planner uses their portion of our budget. The biggest thing you're gonna see here is the reduction in contracted services. That is gonna be greatly reduced because the Labella services are gonna be coming to an end with the new zoning code. So that money is already encumbered in the old budget, so we don't have that in this new budget. So that money comes off of the budget line item. So we've got a decrease there. City recs and parks.
Oh, can I ask a
Oh,
question?
Sure.
Before we move down there, what is publicity?
So that is the stuff for all of our park events. So anything that we have to do, we have website hosting that comes out of that.
Okay,
So there's certain programs that we have to pay for on an annual basis to be able to promote. Our My City of Plattsburgh website is paid for out of that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes out of that.
so it's digital as well as physical.
Correct. Yep.
Promotional materials.
Radio advertisements too.
Yeah, yep.
Okay,
Also, another big one that comes out of that is Press Republican.
Hmm.
So because planning board, anytime we have to do public hearing, we have to do notification through the Press Republican.
Okay.
And that is not cheap.
got it.
Could we start using like the sun or something and?
So it's
We
weird
signed
how
it
it works. It
beginning of
has
the
to
year,
be
we
posted. It has to be posted in a paper for so many days, and because the sun is only with the paper, you can't do it that way.
Gotcha, so. it's
Now,
illegal.
one thing, kind of off topic, one thing that the state is looking at doing is making it so our notifications can go to digital. So we don't necessarily have
Yeah.
to post in a Press Republican. It would be good enough to post on our website, which gets forwarded to all of our social media pages. That's something that the state has to work through, but they are entertaining it just because it's such a high cost to municipalities to be able to
have to post it as press recognition. So city parks, that is the increase, so regular pay are the two gentlemen that are coming over from Public Works who do our field maintenance. The temporary pay is for 3 temporary employees. What our plan is for recreation this year, something we're gonna kind of go back to doing that used to be done way back in recreation. Is have employees who are at 3 major parks. Who can basically be there to do activities with kids during the day.
Nice.
We can buy, balls and stuff so that they can basically open up in the morning, let the kids use the ball, they can play basketball, stuff
So
like
that's a
that.
for sure thing.
Yeah, if you guys, as long as you guys aren't taking out.
Sure.
You haven't approved it yet.
Once you guys. approve
No,
this
we
budget,
Yeah, yes, we
Come on.
need that, we need
These
that.
seasons.
That's an honor.
Yeah. that's very
Awesome.
cool.
What's that?
No, that's not,
So-
that's.
So that's in the park.
Yes.
That's
Just for parks.
I think that's great.
That's awesome.
Soccer games and things
Yeah,
like
we
that.
can, yep, and that's something that our new rec coordinator, she's like gung ho, she's ready to go and start doing stuff like
Steve's
this.
name, she's talking about like kickball leagues, things like that. I think it's really cool. She's
Really
got
great.
she's a lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
and Really.
Yeah.
Really up.
I've heard from people that there used to be more of that in the city, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Years
is, this is
ago.
what
We're
we're
trying to roll back.
Yeah.
and-
That's
doing
very
that.
There used to be a recreation department. Yeah.
So that's what those, that temporary pay, that almost $60,000 are for those 3 employees.
That's an up to amount. We probably won't spend down.
Yeah, so I believe that I kept those employees in there basically from spring till almost winter time.
Right.
So if we decide, we're not gonna bring them in until summertime, you're already saving a couple months worth of payroll
Okay,
there.
that is so worthwhile, though, I just,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
we need more things for our kids.
And it's not just gonna be, not every kid plays sports, so there's gonna be coloring activities, crafts, stuff like that.
Which is perfect.
Really
Different
great.
age groups, I assume.
Yes.
That's.
Yes.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She
does whatever.
The rec complex, what exactly is that?
So your rec complex, and that's what we'll go through now, so rec complex is your marina, the beach, the oval, basically all of our recreation facilities.
Okay.
So we'll start, first page is revenue. If you look at the first line item, you'll notice that there is a decrease in revenue for beach admin. That has been brought more in line to what we've been seeing over the years. I'm not a big fan of projecting high and then losing money. I'm more of, let's kind of project it at what our 5-year has been, and if we make more money than that, then great. So we brought that number down to more of along the lines of what the 5-year projections have been. The marina, same thing there, $20,000 deduction in revenue. The last couple of years have been a hit, especially with Canadian tourism at our marina. Yeah.
This year wasn't good.
Yeah. So that's, that reduction is reflecting that. Next, coming down, use of money, field rent. We have $5,000 increase there for field use. Essentially, we've got a lot of fields and people, I think, over the last administration, people weren't paying to use those fields when they were supposed to be paying to use those fields. So we're gonna go back to making sure people are paying to use the fields when they're supposed to be. So we have a little bit of an increase there.
So now you're speaking about like teams and stuff, correct?
Yeah, so outside city, so you've got PAL football, you've got the YMCA soccer. We paint all of the fields for those activities.
And they all have to pay?
They should be paying, but I don't think they have to pay.
Baseball too.
Yeah, baseball,
Yeah,
yeah.
Shazy redid their baseball fields this year, so they used Penfield.
Yeah.
All spring, and I believe they paid us this year.
But like the family that happens to be walking through a park and wants to play kickball, it's not like they have to,
Go for
okay.
it. Yep.
I just-
No, this is just for the leagues that aren't.
That's what I
city
mean,
sponsored.
yeah, that's my question.
How did
Yep.
how did it work that the leagues didn't pay?
I wish I knew that answer.
Okay,
Yeah, unfortunately, that was done under previous
Previous.
CDO director, so I
Okay,
don't have the answer to that. And
That's a good question.
yeah,
How did that?
Yeah.
Through?
was there like maybe an agreement in place or?
I couldn't even tell
You
you
don't
if they
know.
had agreements with them. I mean, I could go back and look. The problem is there's a lot of missing files, so it's been hard to look for things lately.
Okay, enough said.
Yeah.
Right the ship, right the ship.
Yeah,
And some of
that's,
this, some of this stuff isn't, I mean, it's not a big amount. How much
Yeah, I mean,
manpower
you're
are we
talking
gonna
five,
waste and going back to get?
really cover cost of
Give you
paint.
guys an example, that $5,000 on my 2 truckloads of infield clay
Right,
with a baseball.
right.
That'll probably cover the cost of our paint.
So it's a slight offset, but
Yeah.
but
Yep.
it helps.
Contracted services, we've reduced from $50,000 to $10,000.
Barton and Judas?
No, this is actually for IT services, right, Rich? I believe
Which account are you talking about?
it's 4430 under Rec Complex.
So they had been. We have to look and see what that's for, actually, I can't recall, because we have 0 and 24, but we all of a sudden have 45,000 this year,
Yeah.
50 was the budget. Gotta take a look at that.
I almost wonder, you know what I think we did?
It's not the
I
roof,
think
is it?
we reduced the gym.
The roof? The gym?
Oh, no, because we did that here too. City Beach.
But like the boiler or anything like that? Like repairs?
No roof, that's cheap. Don't know what he's spending.
Okay, we'll take a look at that one. Yep.
I'm glad it's going down to 10,000, but others to be worth 45, but we had budgeted 50,
Right.
so. I'm sure all that's the other one having spent on.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
big one.
not sure if that has to do with anything, each or the. You know, administration of projects and look at the dewatering certain sections and the pollution issues. I would have thought that would be under the beach itself,
Yeah, it should have been.
but we'll check that out.
Yeah, we'll look at that one.
Send out an email tomorrow, let everybody know what that is.
Thank you.
The beach, we have temporary payroll is actually what's in the budget for revised budget. We've reduced that because the staffing levels at the beach that they had for proposed budgets are way higher than what we actually use over 5 years. So we've reduced that down to 130,000. At one point, that number was as high as what, 231,000? I think
Does that include lifeguards?
that is the lifeguards.
Oh, that is.
That is just the lifeguards.
Gotcha.
Actually, I think we have 3 temporary workers out there for just maintenance, taking out garbages, cleaning the beach, stuff like that. So that's also included in that line item.
Is that anywhere in here, a budget for your surveillance for out there? Is that something that
We're doing that. What we're doing.
Yeah, it's all closed circuit, so it's not
There's no fees.
there's no, yeah.
It's just on a hard drive.
You buy the unit and it's stored in-house in a lock, but it's, so.
How come you're able to zero out the sewer and telephone?
We shut the phone off.
There.
How's that?
was easy.
That's an easy answer. We
Go
shut it
down the
off.
toilets.
Casey and I,
No.
that's it. Done.
Did the same thing at the marina.
Yeah, we did the same at the marina.
There's no reason to have it.
Good.
No,
Okay,
so-
both the sewer.
Not something we have to provide.
Yep.
The sewer though, I don't know about.
I couldn't figure
I
out.
mean, it's not
last
a
year
lot,
what
I
it
guess,
was.
but it's just.
Does-
Right.
Does that mean if the sewer is at 0, there's no bathroom?
No, there's still that.
Where's the bathroom?
Yeah,
So
It's just zeroed out. I don't know.
what is that? Yeah, what's the difference there?
That is probably a mistake.
Oh.
Well, if that's the one that came from the part of the location, like
I don't know the highs now. I mean, you see the actual this year is 644, we should be budgeting for the next year, that's the oversight, so different.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody, I have prepaid plans, so.
Paid?
Bye.
Really?
So the gym,
How we miss that? How can we only pay $600 in sewer out there?
I know, right?
That's pretty cheap, actually.
You're peeing in the water.
Yeah, yeah, true.
so going down to the gym, the biggest change that's not in here that will be changed a little bit, I think is the contract services line item. So essentially, we had conversations with the Y. We have been paying for internet and IT services out of the Y. Or out at the gym. The Y has now converted all of that and put that in their name with their provider. So we are going to be shutting that off. So we will have savings under that line item.
Are we shut down now?
First, I just got word today from Justin that they are 100% switched over. So I let Rich know so they can go ahead and shut that down.
Which one? What is that?
That's under contracted services under.
Okay.
No,
telephone, I'm sorry.
Telephone,
Nice job, Casey.
Yep,
30,000, so that'll be,
Now,
under the gym.
Said nice job.
the actual cost. It's the Ethernet for 3,600 a year plus the usage is charged there allocated. But the services that is included in there, for SimQuest. Are gonna have to be allocated back over the remaining telephone accounts. So it's just gonna be making everybody else's high. However, with the new computers, we're trying to get out of all of the Google and Gmail stuff. And reduce our costs, and then that should make a big difference. Like going back and talking about having to share between the side. $18,000 a month.
Hmm.
User fees and share. So
It's
we're
18,000 a month for that?
Exactly,
that's insane.
it's absolutely absurd.
Pretty ironically, no one likes them.
Well, there was a couple people that did.
There were two and they no longer.
Well, are no longer sitting.
We got rid of them.
Like these departments for licenses under Microsoft, there's gonna be a sharing section. But we should do these are the costs.
Right, because not everybody needs the same license. And it's gonna be quite a bit of savings.
And we're not.
We had-
Full workspace environment
Wi-Fi.
requires you to have everything.
Each and one.
Using it.
So that's all, that's all figured into this budget for this coming year, are those savings, or that's gonna come later?
No, there's a layer not to be in this.
Okay, so.
We tried to do a yearly thing. They didn't,
It just got so.
yes.
The savings will just be shown later and it'll be a win.
Every time we sit down with them, we save how much?
I know, it's so sad. It just can't get.
They won't even come here anymore.
No, it's like, you know, we're not even on the same page to talk about
Yeah.
this.
Oh my gosh. No.
So those are the major changes for the CDO budget. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good, I have some questions.
That's it? No questions? Anything else?
I like being going through my.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Changes are, it's so much easier.
It's great having this stuff here.
Well, that's how we did this. Richard, Casey and myself sat down with every department head, went through every line of this budget with each of the departments. We didn't miss one line. We did apparently miss, I think that's the only one we forgot, the sewer at the beach. I think that's the only one we omitted. No, and it's just $500, but it's still, every yin has a yang in here. Right now, that puts us $500 back on that side, right? So we'll find $500.
So when are we getting our disc golf course? 9 holes. Where are we putting it?
Sure.
All right.
We could,
There's one at the college.
we can increase admin beach to
Right.
$5,000.
Right, yeah, I mean, we can make that up, but, no, I think it was a good process, you know, I think, it went well.
I have some questions about the library budget. Should I just talk to you separately about that? Or what? Yeah, stop. You okay.
Going quick in the back.
Okay.
Everybody's done? Everybody's happy? We'll call it done. Have a good night.